Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and jump into Gargoyles, chat. Episode 8. Oh, chat, there is some illegal shenanigans going on in this episode, chat. Now, even though David Xanatos, he might still be in prison, but he's just about to get out. Matter of fact, I think he gets out in episode 9, so those Gargoyles, ooh, they're at risk right now, chat. That castle won't be theirs for long. But you have fucking Alan Rickman. He's holding down the operations right now, chat, as good old David Xanatos is in prison right now, and he's seeing the transportation of some advanced weapon hardware, chat. Goddamn laser guns. Usually they've been using a lot like bullet-based guns. We got laser guns now. And he wants to make sure no one's going to steal this shit under his supervision. But, oh shit, chat, it's a heist. And someone has gone in there, and they're just literally beating the shit out of all these people, fucking firing tear gas and smoke grenades. Hit one guy in the goddamn face. He's dead. He was concussed, chat. He's not doing well. And this new criminal element, chat, new villains introduced to the show. We've already seen people like the Pack. Damona's returned. David Xanatos is a whole new villainous group. And they have taken all this advanced weaponry, chat, all this advanced weapon hardware. And they're fucking driving off in the goddamn sun. They left one of their guys behind, though. Alan Rickman, he fucking just went up behind one guy, just choked the fuck out of him, chat. So that guy did not pass out. He definitely died, chat. Because during all that, he ripped his fucking mask off, Alan Rickman, choked him out. He couldn't breathe either because he's inhaling the smoke too. So he definitely died. And Alan Rickman's like watching these, like, who are these villains who just stole my shit? Oh, we're introduced to them, chat. Tony, what's his name? Tony Draconian. I think his name is Draconian, chat. Tony Draconian. And he's a new villain introduced in the series. Dracon, that's his name, chat. Tony Dracon. He's the mob element. He's a criminal mastermind. He loves stealing shit. And his boy's like, I told you boys we can get these advanced guns from David Xanatos. And we're going to sell these on the street and sell them to the big buyer I got lined up. It's like, oh, chat, here we fucking go. And so now we cut back to the castle, chat, and the Gargoyles, they're just waking up. It's a beautiful night going on. But fucking Broadway, he's hightailing out. He's like, all right, see you later, guys. I got to get going. And fucking Goliath's like, where the hell is he going off in such a hurry? In Lexington and Brooklyn, they're like, oh, he's going to go see that new movie that just got released. Fucking Showdown. It's a really cool Western. You know Goliath, like with horses and cowboys and guns. Goliath's like, guns? What are the... He knows it. It's like, oh, I guess it must be very entertaining. He's like, yeah, we've already seen it like a couple times. He loves that movie. He's like, all right, good for him. And fucking Hudson, he's like, oh, this world is just... It's filled with so many wonders. You got television, you got movies, you got the video games. It's almost overwhelming. And so they just go ahead and do their whole thing, chat. They enjoy themselves, okay? They spent a lot of time saving the citizens, the Desinans of New York City. They need a little time off. And then we follow Broadway. He's infiltrated the theater, chat, and he goes ahead. He gets a nice big old bucket of popcorn. He just watches this fine film, chat, this fine spaghetti western movie. He's having a great time. Meanwhile, we cut back to the police station where Eliza Maza, she's talking to her police chief, chat. Her angry police chief. You know what I appreciate about this series, chat? Doesn't do the stereotypes. Because you thought angry police chief, you think, oh, the angry black police chief. It's like, no, chat. She is an angry woman police chief. That's what she is in this case. And she's saying, like, listen, Eliza's like telling her, we know that Dracon, he definitely robbed, like, there's no doubt about it, that him and his boys, they were spotted, fucking glasses, that's the name of the character, chat. His name is fucking Glasses, because, stay with me now, he wears literal fucking glasses. Little obvious. And he was spotted, and it's like, we know it's Dracon, guys. Let's fucking do a raid. Let's get a warrant. And the police is like, we don't know, okay? We have to do a proper investigation. And Eliza's like, I can't wait for that kind of shit. And eventually, Someone comes in the goddamn door. I think it's like her soon-to-be partner, fucking Blue Street Chat, or Bluestone, I think his name is. He comes like, everything's okay in here, ladies? And Eliza's like, no! A lot of stuff's not okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my job, Chad, and we'll see what her job is. And she is now going to the residence of Tony Dracon, Chad. And Tony Dracon, this fucking big dick man right here, he thinks he owns every shindig in New York City, Chad. He's calling the shots to everyone. He's protected by all this goddamn muscle. But fucking Eliza Maza, is she intimidated? Hell no, because Eliza Maza, Chad, as I have established in this review series, is a goddamn badass. She's a fantastic character in the show, Chad. They know. She'll be fucking. I'll never forget this. In episode 3 of Gargoyles, when she's about to, like, these like, I don't know, these goddamn hoodlums have surrounded this couple, and they're just about to really beat them to death and steal their money. And she walks up and goes, oh, is this the meaning of the 4 Inches Club? Referencing their small penises, chat. I'm like, Eliza Maza, so goddamn good. And she's right when Dracon's walking down the stairs, what's in his way? Fucking Eliza Maza, chat. And she's staring at him. She's like, oh, I know you fucking stole those guns. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, honey. And he's always doing those sexist, misogynistic little cutesy insult swords. Calling her sugar, calling her honey. You can tell it's like, ooh, you son of a bitch. I would fucking rip your balls off if I could. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a businessman. I'm just an entrepreneur. Hey, if we get a product, I sell that product. That's all I do, Elisa. Come on, sugar. She's like, ooh. And then he fucking leaves, chat, because, I mean, she's got nothing on him. She can't do it, but she just wanted to establish, like, I know what you're doing, motherfucker. And so she goes back home, chat. We see her apartment for the first time. Fantastic apartment, by the way, guys. Got a giant open skylight. Looks good. Got a cat named Cagney. He is adorable, chat. I'm not a cat person. This cat looks very adorable, chat. And she's going to make herself some dinner. She's going to call in the night, or, yeah, I mean, the morning. Because it's almost morning, I guess. But, oh, shit, who's fucking flying back? Who's flying over? It's Broadway. He just got out of the movie, chat. And, man, he just loves all the shooting in that film. He's like, pew, pow, peep, boop. He loves it, chat. And he flies down to Elisa to see how she's doing. And he's like, oh, hi, Broadway. How you doing? She's like, oh, I'm doing well, Elisa. How are you? He's like, oh, doing great. Doing okay. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and watch some TV? I'm going to put on a couple of steaks for you. He's like, oh, Elisa, so nice. He's like, thank you. But fucking Broadway, oh, he sees where she put her gun right on her little her hat stand, her jacket stand, chat. And he goes over, he fucking takes that gun. He's like, yeah, I'm fucking cool. Pew, 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 bang, and it fucking goes off. And it fucking goes off. Christian, hey Chris, when you were reviewing stuff, you ever thought of having pictures of the characters you're talking about? I thought about that. It's just, it's a lot to manage at once, because I have to constantly like go back and forth. Like maybe someday I'll do that, but for right now with my setup, it just wouldn't work at the moment. But someday I will possibly do that. I think that might be good. Or I might have like I don't know, maybe like a slideshow, you know, kind of like to showcase like the certain scenes in the episode that could be interesting. Maybe something like that in the future. But he's doing pew, 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 bang! And the gun goes off. He goes, oh, shit, I'm sorry. Just, I was, looking at your gun. Not looking at it, Broadway. You were fucking playing with the gun. He puts it back, Chad. He's like, Elisa? Elisa does not answer back. And he looks over the side, Chad, and she's fucking on the floor, covered in fucking steak grease. Fucking shot, Chad. She's been shot by Broadway. He goes, oh my God, Elisa! And she's not moving, she's not responding, chat. He fucking grabs her and he flies off. He's like, I gotta hide the body. Oh my God, it's a big reveal. He has to hide. He killed Elisa, and he can't let fucking the Gargoyles, can't let Goliath know. Goliath would fucking kill Broadway in a second. Elisa, because we know. Listen, chat, I've been watching the series, but it's obvious that Elisa and Goliath are gonna bang at one point. We all know it. You know, she's into some kinky shit. Goliath, he's always wanted to try with the human. It's gonna eventually happen, okay? That's how it's gonna be. And so he fucking flies off, Chad, and he drops over to the hospital. By the way, like blood, like they try to cut around it, and sometimes they change the blood, which is red, to black. I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Goddamn Disney censors. But she gets fucking shot, Chad. I was like, oh my God. And he drops her off the hospital, and you get these two paramedics are like walking back to their car, and like, oh fuck, shit, this woman's been shot, and they fucking rush her in, and we gotta get her in. Her. But I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And eventually we cut back to the Gargoyles, and they're done with their nights. They're like, where the fuck is Broadway? What's taking them so long? And Goliath's like, I don't know. Well, hopefully he found a very comfortable and safe place to roost, because he cares for Broadway. Okay, that is one of his charges. Shit, doesn't want anything happen to any of the Gargoyles under his charge. And then we got fucking Alan Rickman walking up, and right when the sun's about to rise, like, Goliath, I want to let you know about something. He's like, what do you want, Alan Rickman? Oh, yeah, Eliza Maza got shot and she's on death door. He's like, what? And then fucking turns to stone. He's like, ah! I love it. Fucking with him. Alan Rickman's fucking with him, shit. I know what you're trying to do. Hey, blame the FCC. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Iron Laser. Witness show! Welcome to the stream, and think of the happy... think of the 10 biddies and happy Friday. Thank God. TGIFF, my friend. TGI double F. Thank God it's fucking Friday. Welcome to the stream. And so, eventually, it goes back to night. He goes, ah! He's like, what happened to Eliza? So Goliath's fucking pissed. He's very mad. And him and his boys, they go down to talk to Alan Rickman. He's like, okay, Alan, tell us the details. What happened to Lisa? He's like, as far as we know, she was investigating a man named Tony Dracon, who has stolen advanced weaponry. We don't know how he got it. We don't know who owns this advanced weapon, but he has it. He's not revealing all the details, Chef. And he's saying that, yeah, he's selling this on the street, and Eliza Maza confronted him. And it's speculated, according to rumor, that someone came to her apartment, used her own gun against her, and shot her. And Goliath's like, I'm gonna fucking kill whoever did that to my sexy human woman. And he's like, all right, guys, you fucking look for, like, also Broadway's gone. He's like, oh, fuck, Broadway, yeah, Broadway. All right, Brooklyn, Lexington, you go ahead and look for Broadway. Hudson, stay here and defend the castle. I'm gonna go out there and check on Lisa. And so everyone goes out in the different directions. Eventually, we cut back to Tony Dracon, and he's testing out all the weapons with his boys, chat with glasses. And they're like, oh, it's really cool. All laser weapons, chat. It's like when the Spider-Man cartoon all of a sudden. Everyone has a laser gun. No one has actual guns anymore. And so he's firing. And there's cool effects. Like, this thing can, like, go through trees like nothing. It can blow up rock sheds. Like, you get hit by one of these fucking things, you're not only going to die, you're going to cease to exist. You will turn into literal atoms. So it's like, shit, this is some dangerous stuff. And apparently, they sold about 30 of these guns on the street. So fucking common criminals or gangsters or whatever, they now have these guns too. And they already have a big buyer lined up, but they wanted to make a little more extra cash on the side, right? And so he's doing that. Eventually, we cut to the hospital, and they're doing surgery for like 10 plus hours on Eliza, chat. Like, it fucked her up. Eventually, they call on her family. We're introduced to her family chat. Her father. We're also established like what ethnicity Eliza is, which is pretty cool. Like, again, like we think of like 90s cartoons. I mean, the diversity started to happen, I think, during the 90s, and it carried on to the 2000s and the 2010s and stuff. But again, Gargoyles was ahead of its time because Eliza is her father's Native American and her mother is black. And it's like, that's actually really cool. You would have to, and it's actually they based that. Funny enough, I was reading some information about the character. It's based on the actual ethnicity of her voice actress, who is also half Native American and half black. So it's like, oh, that's really cool. So yeah, a little bit of a fun fact for you there, Chad. If you want to get into Gargoyles someday. And so they bring her family, and the guy's like, listen, we had her in surgery. Meanwhile, Goliath's outside because he can't go in there because he's like, fuck. But he's looking at her. And he's like, oh, God, Eliza. And doctors explain to her family, her father, her mother, and her brother, Derek, who will have a much bigger role later on in the series. A lot of fucked up shit happens to Derek, Chad. That's all I'm saying. Who would have known? He's saying, listen, she was shot. It bounced her. It pierced her fucking lung. Went into her lung, bounced off the collarbone, and rested at her spine. We removed the bullet after 10 hours of surgery, but like the next 10 hours, next dozen hours, 12 hours, as he said, is the most important. This is paramount. Like, we cannot move her. Like, she has to do this on her own, but we're going to watch her as best as we can. This family's just fucking distraught. And like, the dad's like, should we call her sister? She's in Arizona. He's like, do what you gotta do. And he's like, shit. Goliath's hearing all this. The family is just sad. Derek's like, it's okay, Mom. Elisa's the toughest person I know in my life. She could pull through. She's like, I just don't know. And they eventually leave. The doctor's like, I understand. That's the other thing. The police chief, she comes in. The doctor's like, she needs her fucking rest, okay? So none of this fucking police business, all right? She comes in. She goes, guys, I'm so sorry. And they're like, they give it to us straight, Captain. What happened? He's like, I don't know for sure. We know that she did confront Tony Dracon, and Goliath's overhearing all of this too, by the way. We know that she confronted Tony Dracon at his residence. And we know that her gun was used against her. We're speculating. We don't know for certain, but we imagine a associate of Tony Dracon, or maybe even himself, came to her apartment, broke in, and shot her. And they're like, oh my God. And so, like, you know, then the doctor said, okay, we need to leave. You can continue this discussions outside. Everyone leaves. Eventually, Goliath gets in there. Goliath's like, oh my God, no. And he takes her sweet hand. Jesus Christ, cartoon. I know what you're doing here. Caresses her face like, Eliza, I'm gonna kill those motherfuckers for you, okay, honey? I'm gonna kill for you. I'm gonna be right back. You live, okay? You gonna live. He does not give a shit. And he fucking flies off, Chad, hunting for Tony Dracon and his boys. Meanwhile, we cut to Broadway, and he's just a fucking sad sack of a gargoyle. He's just crying the entire time. Eventually, we cut to a robbery in progress, chat. This one guy has one of the guns that he took, or that was given to him by Glasses, who was selling all this shit on the street. This coming thug holding this one guy. Fucking Broadway comes in there, fucking starts beating the shit out of, like, the one guy just takes off. The person who's being robbed. Broadway just starts beating the shit out of him, holds him up by his neck. He's like, "Where'd you get this gun? Where is it?" Just starts just crushes it and crushes the guy's hand. He's like, ah! Like all of his hand, chat, is just, it's not even a hand anymore. It's literally just, it's like a bony, bloody muscle stump. That's all his hand is. He gets fucked up. I'm like, where'd you find these guns? He's like, it's this guy named Glasses, man. It's a guy named Glasses. Please let me go. And then fucking Broadway just snaps his neck and he's dead. And so he flies off. Eventually, chat, we cut to, I think Broadway, he does confront Glasses and that's the thing. I think either Broadway or Goliath. No, it is Broadway. My mistake. So Broadway, he does find Glasses and he's like, where the fuck is Tony Dracon? And he's like, he's at the warehouse district, man. He doesn't kill Glasses, though, Chad, because he's a recurring character. He fucked that other guy. But Glasses tells him that. And eventually, they go to this warehouse. And who does he find there, Chad? Goliath. And Goliath's like, oh, Broadway, I'm glad you're here. It's good to have backup. He's like, oh, hi, Goliath. He's like, listen, I don't know if you know right now, but there's a lot of terrible shit that just happened. Eliza has been shot. And I've tracked down the people, or at least the person who's probably responsible for her getting shot. And so we're going to fucking take him down, and we're going to murder him. The last thing I would want is Eliza to be hurt. Whoever did this to her, I'm going to fucking kill him. And he's like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, Chad, we cut back to the hospital, and Eliza has died. No, seriously, she has actually died, Chad. Her heart stops, and the doctor's like, oh, fuck. And so they're doing emergency chest compressions, Chad. They're using the chest zappy thing. They're zapping her, and the family's like, oh my God, she's gonna die. They do bring her back, Chad, but she did die. Fucking Broadway, man. They bring her back. She's like, okay, well, the worst might be over. We think she can pull through now. Do you? I don't even know at this point. And eventually we cut back to Goliath and Broadway, and they fucking break in there, Chad, because this is the big meeting where Tony Dracon's going to sell these weapons to this mysterious buyer. And Broadway and Goliath, they just start beating the shit out. They take out all these guys, until Tony Dracon's the last guy standing. And Goliath, he fucking kicks this guy's ass. He grabs him by the goddamn throat. And he's holding him up as like, this is for Eliza. He's about to kill him, Chad. And Broadway's like, no, don't, Goliath, don't. He's like, why are you telling me to stop? No, fuck this guy. He tried to kill Eliza. And it's like, he deserves death, Broadway. And Broadway goes, he wasn't the one who shot Eliza. I was the one. Goliath goes, what? What are you talking about? He's like, I saw her gun, I was playing around with it, and it went off. I was the one who shot her. And I didn't mean to, but it happened. And Goliath gives him the biggest stink eye I think a cartoon character is capable of. She's like, you motherfucker. And he looks at Drake and he goes, all right. And he jumps down there, chat. You know, he collects all the other guys. He ties them up with like this metal rebarb, and they can't escape. They can't run anywhere. And then who fucking walks through the goddamn door? Fucking Alan Rickman. He's back. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's like, oh, well, David Zanos had this idea to set up a meeting so we can buy back our weapons and kill all these fucking people. And so you kind of did our work for us, so thank you. And Goliath's like, you motherfucker. He's like, oh, so Goliath's smart here though, because he's gotten a little wiser, chat. He's a little more street smart, because he asks Alan Rickman, he's like, so are all the weapons here right now? And Alan Rickman's like, well, looks like there was some missing, maybe about, I don't know, 3 dozen, 2 dozen, not sure, but most of them are here. And Goliath goes, that's fucking great. And he grabs one of those fucking weapons, chat, the biggest one, and blasts that shit until it melts. And Alan Rickman's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making sure that no one else can use these guns, and especially you and David goddamn Xantos can't use these guns. And he fucking snaps that one over his knee, chat, fucking throws it at Drake. Drake, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I want to make sure that they know this is connected to you, the police. So they're going to fucking pick you up. And if I ever see your fucking face again, Alan Rickman, if you ever do this kind of shit, tell David Xantos, fuck him. And he flies off, and he's like, oh, Broadway, we got a lot of talking to do, by the way, buddy. We have a lot of explaining to do. And they talk, chat, we don't hear it. Eventually, we go back to the hospital. Eliza is surrounded by her. I did do the movie Pull Mr. Yasmin. I did. She's surrounded by her family, and she does come to, chat. She does wake up, and they're like, "Oh my God, Eliza, are you okay?" She's like, "I'm feeling fucking lousy, man." And she's like, "Everyone's happy. Hey, you're okay." Doctor says, "Okay, that's enough talking for now. She still needs a lot of rest. We can visit her in, I don't know, the morning or something." So they all leave. Eventually, Goliath and Broadway, they come in there, and she's like, hey, guys, how you doing? And Goliath's like, fucking tell her. Broadway's like, okay, Lisa, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have played with your gun. It went off. I didn't mean for her to. And Elisa, I mean, goddamn, I would not have been this understanding. I can tell you that right now. Almost dying. She goes, it's okay. It was a mistake. I have to practice good gun safety, as all children should practice good gun safety, chat. Parents, if you own a gun, you should not keep it in an easily accessible place. Keep that out of the hands of children. And also, keep your ammunition in a separate place so they know. It's like, that's a fucking PSA. No, I'm kidding. It's much more subtle than that. But she basically says, like, we both made mistakes. I've always been lazy how I've handled my weapon. I've always laid it out there, not a care. I'm going to make sure that it's in a secure place next time. And Broadway goes, I'm just so sorry. She's like, it's okay. I love you, Broadway. He goes, oh, and they hug. Chad Goliath's like, all right, motherfucker, you wait outside. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Elisa now. And Chad, he's fucking Goliath. He's a smooth motherfucker because he's fucking caressing her face. He's like, oh, my angel of the day. And she's like, oh, Goliath, let's fucking do it now. But he can't because she's all fucked up. Next time, Goliath. And she's like, we're going to stay here. We're going to watch over you for right now. It's like, I would love that, Goliath. Thank you. And then they go outside, chat. The sun comes up, and she has her 2 gargoyle guards, her saviors, looking over her. And that, chat, is Gargoyles, Episode 8, Deadly Force. Indeed. The nice little gun PSA. This is very much the Disney's like, okay, you gotta put a good positive fucking message in this movie about gargoyles and swords and magic and gangsters and sexy people in here. You gotta put, and they did that. All right, here's your gun PSA. It's a very fun episode there, chat. It's enjoyable. Like, I love Gargoyles. This is a fantastic series. I've been watching it just, like, not episode, like, I'm way past this just for my own enjoyment. I'm episode 20 of season 2. And it's been absolutely incredible, man. So good. Broadway's the idiot girl. Broadway is the dumb one. He's the fat one. He eats food. He can't read. And he shoots his friends. He's a bit of a prick.